welcome to Work It Out Wednesday number 2. So excited to have you here for Rio Valley Charter School's second Work It Out Wednesday. During Work It Out Wednesday, we are going to go over test-taking strategies. Every Wednesday, we're going to learn a new test-taking strategy. We're going to discuss that test-taking strategy. We're going to explain how to use the test-taking strategy with examples, and then we hope you will join us April 12th for a mega test-taking strategy session. This week's test-taking strategy is read the questions, then the passage. So strategy number 2, let's get to it. Test-taking strategy number 2. Read the question, then the passage. This is helpful because it allows you to know exactly what to look for when answering the question. It helps you to determine what kind of question you'll be answering. Will this question be easily answered with the information from the passage, or do you need to dig a little deeper to get that information prior to answering the question to help you determine what you need to do to answer the question from the passage? If you haven't seen the QAR training, make sure you check that out. A lot of question-answer relationships can help you with test-taking strategies, and you might want to find that information on our website that'll have more information for parent education. So here's our example. First, we're going to start with a question. So number 1 is right here. We're going to check that out first. Use what's happened in the story so far to guess what will happen next. Ooh, so I'm going to guess. Now I'm going to circle the letter of the prediction I choose. So I've got 2 key words there, guess and predict. All right, so now I kind of have an idea of what I'm looking for. Guess and predict. All right, those are going to be the things that I'm going to be looking for as I'm reading. Now I'm going to look at my answer choices briefly. That's not going to weigh into very much what I'm going to be reading about, but I want to kind of scan through them. I'm not going to give a whole lot of attention to them because now I have keywords for when I read. Reddy takes a deep breath and runs after Granny Fox. Reddy is too afraid to go across the bridge. Reddy falls through the bridge and into the river. Okay, I kind of scan those. I know that I'm making a guess and a prediction. Those are going to be closely aligned with what I'm going to be doing next. All right, so now I'm going to go and read my passage. Reddy Fox lived with Granny Fox in the Green Meadows. Granny Fox was the wisest, slyest fox in all the countryside, and she thought it was time that Reddy started to learn some of the things that every fox should know. So she taught him how to steal Farmer John's chickens without waking Bowser the Hound, and she taught him all kinds of ways to fool a dog. Today, Granny Fox was taking Reddy through the Green Forest. Reddy had never been that far from home, and he wondered where they were going. They came to a railroad track and trotted along for a while until they came to a long bridge. At the edge of the bridge, Reddy looked down at the river far below. It made him feel dizzy. When he looked up, Granny Fox was running lightly across the bridge. All right, so now I'm going to make that prediction. Making a guess. What will happen next? Okay, so we know that Granny Fox is teaching something to Reddy Fox. We know that they are out somewhere where they've never been before. And we know what the answer choices are. That he takes a deep breath and he runs after Granny Fox. That he's going to be too afraid to go across the bridge. Okay. And that he falls through the bridge and into the river. Okay. So we know that there's a couple different things here that could give us some information to kind of go off of that. Reddy looks down at the river below. And he feels dizzy. When he looks up, Granny Fox was running lightly across the bridge. So he's feeling dizzy, but I don't think he's going to fall through into the bridge, right? So that's probably not the best prediction. So we can get rid of C. Now we're looking again and we're saying, okay, I'm making a prediction here. We know that we're looking and we're saying, okay, I'm predicting he's far from home. He's afraid to cross the bridge. Ooh, he sees her running lightly across the bridge. He's feeling dizzy. Ooh, so now I'm like, A and B. Is he going to run across the bridge or is he going to be too afraid to cross the bridge? What do you think? I'm going to go ahead and pause for a second. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to be too afraid to cross the bridge? So I actually know the answer to this because I've read the entire passage. And one of the nice things about being able to read the whole passage, which you will have the access to in CASP, you'll have the whole passage later on, and you can be able to see these passages and go through the questions, which will also be helpful when you have prediction questions to go back through, because you'll have sets of questions when you have prediction questions to go back and say, oh man, I could have predicted this, and kind of go back and say, okay, well, this could have been this instead. The answer to this is actually that he was too afraid to cross the bridge. So B is actually going to be the correct answer. So he's dizzy. He sees Granny Fox running away. He's too afraid to cross the bridge. So the correct answer here is that he was actually too afraid to cross the bridge. So by reading the answer first, we're actually able to make a prediction that allows us to kind of go through the question and really dive in deeper because we have more information of what's being asked from us. Again, I hope you'll join us April 12th so we can dive deeper into some of these question-answer relationships and some of these other test-taking strategies that we're going to be discussing over the next couple weeks on our Work It Out Wednesdays. As always, when we talk about these test-taking strategies, you can practice these at home by discussing the test-taking strategies with your learners, model them for them, and then practice them together. Looking forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.